In this video, you will learn some of the basic concepts of calculating the distance traveled. There is one basic rule you have to remember, which is given by distance equals speed times time. If we divide both sides by time, we get the second rule. And if you divide both sides by speed, you get this third rule. In order to help us remember these rules, we can model it in the following triangle. We can read this as distance equals speed times time, or speed equals distance divided by time, or time equals distance divided by speed. Before we look at an example, you should know that distance is usually given by kilometers or miles, and time is given by hours. Whereas speed is a rate, so it can be given by kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Let's use these rules in the following example. John drove for 3 hours at a speed of 50 miles per hour and for 2 more hours at a speed of 55 miles per hour. We want to find the total distance driven. First, we calculate the distance driven for 3 hours, and then we calculate the distance driven for 2 hours, and then we add the two distances together. The total distance, therefore, is 260 miles. In this second part of the example, John drove the same distance, but this time we want to find the average speed in miles per hour for the whole journey. Now, we already know that speed is distance over time. So how do we find the average speed then? We can find the average speed by dividing the total distance by the total time. We already found out that the total distance is 260 miles, whereas the total time is just the sum of 3 hours and 2 hours, which is 5 hours. So we divide 260 by 5 to get the answer 52 miles per hour as the average speed.